We are in a very interesting market or office in JTI Middle East and Global Shisha cluster, whereby we have a lot of people coming from around, basically everywhere. So working together can be quite a challenge, whereby we don't really know how to communicate to each other well. Then in order to have a very effective communication, that's what we're lacking. And then we know that, in order to work well with one another, feedback is very important. This is how we come in, whereby we say that, yes, probably we need some help on this. The issue that we face is something that we need to work on.
Previously, we were not really getting regular feedback internally within the team or externally, cross-functionally. And when we were getting the feedback, it was quite almost negative. It was almost like criticism.
The main target is definitely to seed and create the feedback culture in the organization so that people would be ready to challenge themselves and each other constructively, so that we elevate the quality in everything we do.
The environment was not very feedback culture friendly, or the feedback culture was not really appreciated here. And I think that impacted the environment a lot. That kind of created a ripple effect, and you could see that communication was impaired. People started working in silos and collaboration took a hit. That is one of the reasons why feedback culture became a necessity rather than something that we could improve on, but rather something that we need right now.
Personally, I would say that I was not very open to give feedback. I was mainly worried on how the other person would receive it, and also how it might affect me in the future. So if I'm to give the feedback upwards, I would always think, what will my line manager think? What will my review go if I'm opening up? That's basically what I was facing.
Interestingly, we don't really know Braver's leaders at first, and we love the energy. What they share to us is something different from the ideas that we get from them. It's different. And we want this for our people, we don't want to have the typical kind of trainings for them, we want something different. So that's where we reach out to Braver's leaders.
What I really liked about Braver leaders is because they didn't come with already tailored material on what they want to offer JTI. They first offered to understand what is the actual issue that we have, and they were ready to work with us, from step to step, so as we can address the issues together, which is very good, because then you target what is our need and you work towards fixing the issues that we have.
The way they deliver the trainings or the session is different. They leave it to the people instead of a whole day training whereby we just learn from the slides. No, it's basically from the people opportunity to speak for themselves, to share their ideas. So this is something different.
Braver leaders help by identifying this particular issue and how to give feedback which the recipient lands with and takes advice on how to do something better, rather than this is negative and leaving with a feeling of disappointment after either giving or receiving the feedback.
Braver Leaders has delivered us excellent workshops, number of workshops, to take on board some tools which they can apply on their daily life. Very simple ones, but that really unlocking this feedback culture.
I have to say that after the 3 sessions that we have had, now I'm a changed person. I'm more open. From this that we have had, they were very interactive. We got to learn other colleagues. We got to build trust more. So now we are trusting each other more. We listen, we do not judge, and we are very positively in asking for feedback, and even when we get constructive feedback, we tend to work on them more than how it was before.
We get to speak to one another. The challenges or the question given by Braver's leaders, we get to speak on something not just work related. We're able to spark ideas together, to share with one another what we think, what works best for us, where we can improve. To be honest, it's not something that we have been doing all this while, and getting this opportunity, which is very different, and we really appreciate, get to do all this together.
It was the interaction with yourselves, with the teams. Everyone really embraced the sessions, they really took to it. It wasn't where we were just looking at a PowerPoint presentation, this is the theory, this is how all these scholars say you should be doing this. It was actually real life examples, and people were bringing that to the table, and everyone really embraced it. It was like, yeah, this is how this will really help me in my work life. And to be honest, I've been using some of these techniques in my personal life as well, so it's not always just in the workplace.
I love that there was a very good balance between the theory and also the practices, and people had a chance, all of them, to practice all the tools which we went through and were delivered by you guys.
Well, I loved them because they were interactive. Because sometimes you just sit and listen, but no, it actually got us, get up, speak, do things. So that was really good.
I'm approaching people, asking them, being polite, how are you doing? Is this a good time to have a conversation? I wanted to give you a little feedback about this project we were doing or this activity we were doing, and then sharing it in a way that this is what we did, or this is what you did, and this is how we could do it a bit better, look at it in a different way, see how that lands with them, and really just leaving, making sure that it has landed, and asking, checking in with them, and then following it up maybe in a week's time and seeing have they picked it up. And as I mentioned earlier, I've been doing that in private life as well with my wife, rather than having an argument, it's like, listen, this is not going quite well, how can we do something slightly different to achieve the same goal?
Incorporating that into a big agenda, because finally people grasp this feedback necessity and understanding how exactly it correlates with equality, which is one of our targets.
This feedback sessions that I have attended so far has been amazing. It has given me a fresh perspective, debunked a lot of myths around negative feedback, and it has given me a new way of looking at feedback. Feedback is no longer a word that I avoid. It's not equivalent to conflict. Feedback is more of a learning ground and an opportunity to grow, and not just grow, but empower others.
People started being more open. They understand that feedback is not the criticism, and this is part of communication, and that feedback is not dividing us, but actually uniting us.
Feedback has become a buzzword in the office, which is amazing. When you have people openly talking about the word feedback without holding back, you become more comfortable with it. It is something that we know. It's not something that we need to be informed about. We are aware and informed about the whole thing. This is a great change. Small steps like these, they create small ripples. They create that lasting impact. So when you start talking about it, that's when changes happen.
Come in with an open mind. It's not really a corporate training program. It helps you search deep within yourself, and you already have this knowledge, but it's about embracing that and utilizing these tools that everyone has, because we saw that from the sessions. Everyone was coming out with good points, everyone was being active, there was no one that was shying away, not giving an opinion. So just really embracing the sessions, because you come out of it definitely as a better person.
Very professional. They have a lot of knowledge accumulated already. They also listen to the feedback. The delivery of the workshops was evolving from the first workshop until the last one. We hit the most important, that they made an impact on people and people heard them.
Braver Leaders is a partner that can bring that impact and can create lasting results. They connect with people, which is very important. They are not here to just cultivate a culture, but they are here to connect, engage with people, sit with them, and get their minds running using the coaching mindset. And they teach you with their tools, whether it's AR, SBI, or GROW model. All these models are realistic, they help, and these tools are something that we will carry on.
I've started recommending you. I've spoke to them about the sessions that we have had, and most of them, they're used with the tailored material sort of workshop. And this is not what you guys are offering. So this is something that is very different. And whenever I speak about you, I'll just keep on referring to that. And that's what I like, because we are not just going through what is general, we are zooming in to what needs to be addressed.